What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. Road to 1,000 subscribers, of course. And in today's video, I will be talking about Game 5 of the Eastern Conference, or no, the Western Conference semis. And Victor Wembanyama completely set the tone against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Like, the first quarter, or even the first 7 minutes, he was just... or first 5 minutes actually, he was unstoppable until he subbed out. And he had 18 in the first quarter. He cooled off a little bit, and the Minnesota Timberwolves tried to go on a run, but obviously they fell short. And now they are going back home for Game 6, in which you have to force Game 7. And I honestly expected the Spurs to retaliate, because honestly, with Wemby getting ejected last game, and we saw the heart of the San Antonio Spurs, whether Wemby is out there or not, whether their best players out there or not, they're going to fight, and they're going to try to win the game. So tonight, it just felt like the Spurs just came out the gate saying, we're not losing this. Y'all can make all the runs y'all want. We are not losing this. And the Spurs matched every single run the Minnesota Timberwolves put on them. And for the Minnesota Timberwolves side, Julius Randle has been horrendous this series. We need to talk about it, and it needs to be said. Like, we got to get some second option help for Anthony Edwards. And Randle had 17 points and 10 rebounds on 17 shots. I can't believe the stat I saw that he has more turnovers than field goals, which I said the same shit about James Harden. So I can't just talk about how James Harden is crazy for that after James Harden's bounced back, and Julius Randle is not, because Julius Randle needs to be talked about because he has been ass throughout the playoffs. We was talking about the Timberwolves versus the Nuggets, how good they look. Julius Randle didn't look good against them either, and he's not looking good against the San Antonio Spurs, so that's a problem. Jaden McDaniels, 17, 6, 2. Didn't really look like he had 17 because of the foul trouble. He has been in every single game, and the San Antonio Spurs are doing this on purpose because Jaden McDaniels is one of the most important defenders on the team. So, smart strategy from the San Antonio Spurs. Ayo Dosunmu stepped up, 16, 9, and 4. Anthony Edwards, 20 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. I felt like sometimes throughout the game, Anthony Edwards was double-teamed, and he was just thrown off, when that makes sense. Like, last game, I felt like he embraced the double teams and he was moving off ball. This time, he would move off ball and then he would just stand at the hash mark, and hopefully the Timberwolves can play 4-on-4. And that's just not going to work because you're letting the Spurs off easily, because they're just going to load up their defense to try to stop the rim run that is most likely going to happen, or obviously a three-point threat in Nas Reed, which sometimes feels like the most consistent shooter on the team ever since Donte DiVincenzo went out with his Achilles injury. So it just sucks because this is really a series where you would need Donte DiVincenzo for his shot creation, for his playmaking, and for obviously his three-point shot. So you don't have that. Nas Reed, 12 off the bench. Just Shannon, 2 points, 17 minutes. Just not a good game. And now from the San Antonio Spurs thing, I felt like they all did their roles fantastically. Wemby, like I said, he had 18 in the first. He cooled down a little bit. He had 27, 17, and 5 with 3 blocks. So a Wemby type of game, I guess. De'Aaron, 18 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, a bounce-back game for him. Vassell, 12 points. Stephon Castle, 17 points. It seems like Castle could just score at the rim at any means possible, whether it's a big man there or whether it's a little guard there. He's getting to that rim. And Dylan Harper, like, he continues to impress throughout this series. Like, Dylan had 12 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double off the bench as a rookie. So it won't be too much longer. And I keep saying this, like, I'm a firm Dylan Harper believer, and I just don't see how he comes off the bench next year at all. And there's no way. I'm not even going to talk about that now because we're 1 game away from the conference finals we all want to see. That being said, it's not like I'm going to count out the Minnesota Timberwolves because we seen this against Denver last season, I'm pretty sure. And Ant said, I'll see y'all motherfuckers for Game 7. And hopefully Anthony Edwards can carry on that same tenacity, because I know Anthony Edwards is tight that he is not fully healthy right now, because they're playing him like you would want to play Anthony Edwards. Like, you send the doubles at him, and on defense, you attack that knee. You attack him downhill. You see if he could really move his feet right now. And they're just doing it at an elite level, so which Anthony Edwards is helpless on the defensive end, and you can't really help with any other players or the other players that obviously are on this team. So it just doesn't look good for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And with that being said, I'm going to make my pick a little bit, but I do expect the San Antonio Spurs to handle business and close out Game 6. But at the same time, Minnesota is a damn good home team. And when they get rocking in there, it is really hard to tough. So you're going to have to rely on the backs of Victor Wembanyama, again, your superstar, carrying you throughout the game and setting the tone like he really did tonight. I might make that my title, I'm not going to lie. Because what he did coming out the gates was just dominant. He got to his spots. He was hitting threes. He was playing Gobert. He made his idol look embarrassing tonight. Like, Rudy Gobert, this was one of the worst Rudy games of the playoffs or even of the year. Like, Rudy couldn't catch a pass. He couldn't dunk the ball. Just slippery fingers. Butter hands, like some people would say. Just not a good game from Rudy Gobert. And it just really looked like he didn't belong out there. And that can't happen because he's only your your only 7-footer on the team, really, that can guard Victor Wembanyama consistently, and you're going to need, obviously, a Wemby stopper, or if you can stop, you can't stop Wemby, really, but you can contain Wemby, and Gobert is doing a shitty job at that, and you're doing a shitty job on offense, so how do you expect yourself to be playable in the moments where they're going to need you? Because the Timberwolves' best basketball has come with Gobert off the bench, and they are stretching the floor and making a Wemby have to guard the perimeter, which Wemby is not comfortable doing because he likes to go back into the rim and try to farm block. So that's not going to work if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves playing Rudy Gobert. So I just don't expect the Timberwolves to make, obviously, adjustment there with the Rudy Gobert part, but I do expect Rudy to play less minutes in Game 6 because of the film, or obviously what the stats tell you that Naz Reid is a better closer. But at the same time, you would need Gobert for his size because he's really the only one that can consistently bother Wemby a little bit, even on the offensive glass, on the defensive glass. Like, you're going to need that physicalness, like the height, but the Timberwolves have been physical with Wemby basically this whole series. Like, they've been throwing him around, they've been pushing him. There was one time Ant pushed him, or Ayo got in his face, then Ant pushed him, and then he got the ball and dunked it. So it seems like Wemby's not worried about that physicality anymore like he was in his first 2 seasons in the NBA. He really looks consistent, and it looks like we will be possibly seeing the San Antonio Spurs versus the Thunder. But I'm not going to talk about that till this game is over, or till this series is over, because I've seen the Minnesota Timberwolves do this so many times and possibly ruin a conference finals that we want to see. But y'all let me know how y'all felt about Game 5 tonight, and y'all let me know who do y'all think is going to close out the series, or do y'all think the San Antonio Spurs will close out Game 6 in Minnesota? Or do y'all think the Minnesota Timberwolves will survive and force a Game 7? It's going to need an Ant masterclass. But y'all let me know down below. Subscribe. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And there's a video right here. I'm pretty sure you're going to like it if you like this one. And the channel icon's right there if you want to just check out the channel in general. And yeah, leave a like too, because it really helps the algorithm push me out. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching this video nonetheless.